New tonight, right now at 10 o'clock, your reporter is digging into the tragic death of a 2-month-old baby in Lakewood in July. This story is heartbreaking and has several complicated layers to it. The baby boy's mom and her boyfriend are both charged with first-degree murder. Then just yesterday, a third person was arrested for tampering with evidence. Now your reporter Alan Janae joins us live after speaking with people who knew the baby and his mother very well. And Alan, you've been working on the story, we know, since last week, and you have found there were concerns expressed about the mother to Jeffco Human Services.
Yes, there were, along with the mother's history that they were very familiar with. Now, little Ezra Johnson died from exposure to methamphetamine. The coroner's office found extremely high levels in Ezra's blood. The autopsy report says initial results were out of range for testing instruments. That's how much. A family member of the mother who didn't want to be identified said they never dreamed that Jeffco Human Services would let the mother take Ezra home. Sleeping with his eyes closed, baby Ezra Johnson had a sweetness about him that drew people in. He was special.
Our kids loved him. They loved to snuggle him, and he was so happy.
Nick and Stephanie Liddon got to know him well. They are foster parents whose home is filled with love and children. Among them, Ezra's older brother, now almost 4, whom they adopted.
We told him, and he would call him my baby.
If anyone grieves Ezra, it's the Liddons.
It sounds like there was a chance to prevent this.
There were people who loved him so much and tried every possible thing that we could do in our power to try to keep him safe.
But it wasn't enough, says Stephanie. Now in jail, accused of Ezra's murder are his 31-year-old mother, Lisa, and a boyfriend, 33-year-old Alex Avila. The death certificate for Ezra tells a horror story: methamphetamine intoxication. She didn't put her kids first. Never, said a family member about Lisa Johnson, confirming Johnson had used drugs. The Liddons, though, tried to help her.
She called me the day that she found out she was pregnant. And my immediate thought was, I need to protect this baby.
When Ezra was born, they visited her at the hospital and said they tried to express concerns.
I mean, we were thinking, surely he's not going to go home with her. And he did. And we drove them home.
11 days later, Ezra needed help.
Lisa asked us to take him.
It was a voluntary safety plan, not a formal foster care arrangement. They kept Ezra for about 2 weeks and he thrived. Then they were told it was time to return him to his mother.
The law says that I'm not allowed to say very much, but what I can say about that is there were red flags that were expressed to Jefferson County CPS, and he went home to her.
Jeffco Human Services oversees the placement of children born to troubled situations. Lisa Johnson's family says they were aware of her issues. She did not have custody of her 3 other children. As foster parents, the Liddons have seen Child Protective Services workers often push to return children to their biological parents.
Because they are forced to, by law, what they call lean into risk, and they'll say that a lot, we have to lean into risk. But this time they leaned too far.
The Liddons advocate supporting biological families, but this isn't the first time they've seen children return to bad situations.
It's just like we see one after another after another.
And they are not filled with blame.
It wasn't necessarily the actions of one person that bears responsibility here. Is that what you're saying?
I don't even think about the specific caseworkers or, that to me, that's not the issue.
It's a system issue. It's a law issue.
Lisa Johnson was living with Alex Avila and others in this Lakewood condo where this week a woman said she knew little.
I don't even know them people. We don't know. I send them are my friends.
Within weeks of his return to his mother, this is where the call came from. Ezra was dead, not protected from the meth that killed him. And that hurts.
This should never happen.
We've seen enough.
A 2-month-old baby should not be put in a situation where he can be exposed to what he was exposed to.
We told Jeffco Human Services Director through a spokesperson we wanted to ask about their view of the way the law works as we report on what led to Ezra Johnson's death. We were told that they had nothing to say beyond their statement released about Ezra's death, which is this: the death of a child is incredibly tragic, and we are confident that the individuals responsible will be held accountable. Karen?
Alan, thank you.